hatimaye, we roar. Sisi ni kizazi cha nuru, no longer echoes, but a voice ya watu.
Yes, they are called the Generation Z, Gen Z. That's the short form that you give them. And it's just amazing how these people are just outspoken to an extent. Sometimes I'm like, I did our parents did do a mistake by raising us the way they raised us? Or is it just the world is just evolving in a very fast syllabus? Because the syllabus is just on another level. When I see this Generation Z, Gen Z, they call themselves. I'm like, I think something went astray, or should I say, hey, why? The way my dad loves to say, hey, why? Yeah, because why? Anyway, welcome for those who are joining us. This is Radio RFM, home of African music.
Only underground radio station.
This is Radio RF.
This is Overhits.
This is the African Guide.
Yes, the African Culture Guide with yours, Queen Victoria. Today, being joined by one of the most greatest people that I've actually met in my life. But before that, let's know about what you're going to learn today. It's about the unity, culture, identity, and the African diaspora. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Welcome to African Culture Guide, where your roots and pride collide, from the homeland to the world outside. Come learn your story, take the ride. Yes, and that's why I'm saying again, and I'm going to say again and again and again, I'm honored today to welcome a guest who is not only a culture custodian, but a community builder, Mr. Babalola Modile. Is that how you mention your name?
Oh, you're almost correct. First of all, thank you for having me here.
Sure,
really
welcome.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Modile Babalola is the name.
I saw the other way around.
It doesn't matter anyway. Babalola Modile Babalola.
Okay, but I prefer to say the correct way. So which was the correct way?
Oh, the German way is the phone first, so we'll do it the German way.
Yeah.
Babalola Modile.
No, I did. No, right. Mr. Babalola Modile.
Exactly.
Yes, perfect. You're welcome so much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. That's what I'm saying. This is a great, awesome. It's a great person here. Yeah, he's the president of Egbe Omo Oduduwa Stuttgart.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Egbe Omo Oduduwa Stuttgart.
Egbe. That's Egbe. People and next time you see me, I'm going to get Nigerian. Is Nigerian, Abby?
It's good. It's Nigeria.
Next time I'm going to ask for Nigerian passports. What do you think?
You're always welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Babalola Modile. Yes, and that's you said about the EOOS. That's the short form of Egbe.
Exactly.
Omo Oduduwa. Where does this come from, actually? Where does the name?
Egbe is like a collaboration, like a union,
Okay.
a fusion. Omo, you can directly translate it to child
Child.
or children.
Okay.
And Oduduwa is actually the fathers of the Yorubas. Like, you can compare him to Poseidon, to Thor,
Okay.
to others, like the old Grecian god, the gods of the Greeks, you know. So Oduduwa is also like a god in Yoruba land. So he's the founder of the Yoruba people.
Okay.
So we decide, because Yoruba is actually very, very complex, I would say. So we want something unity. We want something that unified us, which is our great grandfather,
Yeah.
East and the Oduduwa.
Okay.
So that's why we decide to give the name Egbe Omo Oduduwa. That means a unification of children of Oduduwa.
Oh, wow. That is just so deep. Thank you so much. But before we get to more of that, we're going to get to more know about EOOS, more about Oduduwa, more about Omo, because Omo Oduduwa, that's a whole good combination. My God, it's so very deep. Thank you so much for coming in here on Radio IFM. You're welcome. And
I
Blade.
should be the one, sorry for cutting. I should be the one saying thank you. It's really a great pleasure. It's really a great honor to be in the studio here with you today.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Sasanti, karibu sana. That's what we say in Swahili. Karibu sana. Welcome.
Karibu sana.
Yes. Welcome. And we're going to listen to more about EOOS, about the president of EOOS, and get to know more about the whole thing, the combination. What does it have to do with the unity, the culture, the identification, and also what is it? Why is it here in Europe, mainly called Diaspora?
Only underground radio station.
This is Radio Ara. This is Overhits. All of African music.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to African Culture Guide today. And just like I said before, I'm joined with the president of Egbe Omo Oduduwa Stuttgart. I just want us to just get into this and just tell us, when did it actually start, and exactly what is the organization all about, and what has it brought to the culture here in Germany?
Thank you very much for the question. The association Egbe Omo Oduduwa started actually like 8 years ago.
Okay.
We had some few members who sat together and like, let's do something different. Let's get together. Initially, our fathers who also live in Germany have tried to put such an association together, but for whatever reason, they don't last more than 2 years.
Okay.
For whatever reason. So when it started, so I think our ex-president, the person of Afolabi, he was the pioneer, and the first meeting was held in his house. You know, he invited everybody. They got together, had some discussions, and afterwards they had a good meal, good beer.
Yeah.
And, so the next meeting they decided to have it the next month. So that was how it started. So after 3 years of gathering together, we're like, we can't just continue coming together, eating, drinking, and going back home. Let's do more. So that was where we decided to have it as registered as an association.
Okay.
So this was achieved actually 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We had our association registered, have it as any time as under the German law.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been all out there.
Okay.
Been, all different kind of subs, you know, going to this Marvel's time radio station.
Yeah.
Radio stations, also newspapers. We've also been in newspapers.
Okay,
We also have,
great.
sort of citing article. We also register under the Forum de Culture. I don't know. If you know
Okay.
that.
Forum de Cultura is
exactly.
the one which is in charge of the cultures.
Exactly.
Verein here in Stuttgart. Okay.
Exactly. So they organize the Festival de Cultura,
Okay.
which is every summer.
Oh,
every
wow.
year.
All right.
So we also get the opportunity to sell our culture there.
Okay.
We have the Essence stand, so where we sell jollof fries, which is the best in Africa.
Hello, you had to mention that. The Nigerian one, yeah. Well, you should be specific one, the Ghanaian or the Nigerian one?
Only Nigerian. Because I don't even know why the Ghanaians call it jollof fry, because what they prepare is not jollof fry, but
It's something else.
whatever.
I don't think we should start that part.
I'll look forward to having a debate with the Ghanaian.
Actually, should. I would like to take part of it and see which one should I oppose and propose. Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that by the way, so we sell the African food.
Yeah.
We get a stand there, so you guys are equally invited.
Thank you.
Actually, the next event is starting, I think, 18th, 19th, 20th of July.
Of July, okay.
Which is at the Marktplatz in Stuttgart. So
Yeah.
we will also be there on the 18th,
Yeah.
on the 19th, and on the 20th of July, the 3 days.
Okay.
So you get to get a real taste of jollof fries, the original,
Not the one, they're not the copycat.
not the piracy, no, not that one, the original one.
What?
So we have all hands on deck preparing for the event. So I think what we wanted to do was just not to get together eat,
Yeah.
to do a lot of things. And that was why also we are incorporating our children
Yeah.
in all that we do now, because we intend and we hope that they will someday
Take over. Yeah, definitely. What again does those words mean? And we also understand that in Nigeria there are so many tribes, 200 and something. Yeah.
Well, three major tribes.
Three major.
Yeah, but they're all broken down under the three major tribes.
Okay, so the major ones are Yoruba.
The majors are the southwest are Yoruba.
Yeah.
The southeast are the Igbos, and the north, or the northwest, northeast.
Yeah.
Hausas.
Hausas.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so and Oduduwa
Is Yoruba.
is Yoruba.
Exactly.
Oh,
From
okay.
the southwest.
So now you can go ahead and just explain to us or tell us what does Omo Oduduwa means, and actually what in the Yoruba people, what does it symbolize for them?
Omo is actually children.
Yes, you said
came
it.
there.
Yeah.
So Oduduwa, like I said earlier, is a father and a god. He was actually worshipped by some early Yorubas.
Okay.
He was known to be the founder of the Yoruba people, and the place is came down to, as it was believed that he ascended from the sky. This is the belief of the Yoruba people, and I think this article you can actually find it on our homepage
All right.
because
Okay.
I actually
Oh,
put it on
great.
our homepage,
Yes. Yes.
which
Okay.
is www.eoo-stuttgart.de. So it's on our homepage.
EO-Stuttgart.e.
Exactly. So
Okay.
Oduduwa was believed to ascend from the sky, and it came down with a fowl
Yeah.
and comes.
So the foul was here. Like.
Exactly. When you see his picture, he has two things in the hands.
Ah. Okay. So it's both sides. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So actually, the fowl, he put down the grains from the corn down, and somehow the fowl spread the corns,
Yeah.
and that was how life started as the Yoruba
Yeah.
mythology.
Okay.
So the corn started growing, and through the fowl that was spread it, and he got married somehow, had children, and we all are believed today as Yorubas to be the children of
Odudu.
which is Oduduwa as the father.
The father. Okay.
Exactly. He was also a warrior, a god, whatever you.
Wow. Okay, this one is it's very deep. Okay, and now here in Stuttgart, in EOS is known for bringing people together and also through the vibrant events like the summer grill, like you said before, and Christmas celebrations. What role do such gatherings play in preserving culture and building community in the diaspora? And you had mentioned about some events coming soon.
Exactly. The events play a very important role in the culture, and also not just showing the culture, but giving us as Africans in diaspora a feeling of home. Like I hope my wife won't be angry with me. She prepares jollof rice.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like the original. So I used to go to such.
I hope you're not listening. Yeah.
She's definitely listening.
Yeah.
I know she's listening.
Yeah. It's all with love. It's all with love. Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, of course, she's doing her best, but
Yeah.
it's not the original.
Okay. Oh, you mean like your wife is Ghanaian or your
No,
wife
she's
is
German.
German? Ah, okay. But that's so beautiful that she took time to learn Jollof.
Of course, she's giving her best.
Wow. Damn, congratulations, girl.
So
Yeah.
it's not like the original, and same thing the Ghanaians are doing, trying to copy. So it won't be. So
Yeah.
when you go to such events, you have the African people do the African things. So you have the real taste.
Yes.
That is what it's all about. But we get to wear the African attire.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Like I can't go to work and put on a tie. They're like,
Bruh.
you can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's kind of sophisticated. Actually, I find the African attire for men, it's kind of
Yeah, it's
sophisticated
so-
and beautiful though.
Well, imagine attending an executive meeting and you're sitting there with your African attire.
Come on now. You do like this when you say your point. You swing it.
Well, I sometimes work on construction sites, so
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't
No.
work.
No, they're too good for that.
So that's that.
Okay.
And it's not just about it; also bring about people in other cities, because when we have such events here, we invite our colleagues, also Yorubas from Frankfurt, from Berlin. We've also have the ambassador come around. So it's such events bring us together.
Together, okay.
Regardless of where in general we are. We also have people coming from France, Austria.
Wow, okay.
So I think it's the essence of such event.
Yeah.
So it's also to celebrate our identity. It's just who we are.
It's true, you
So
are.
we miss this aspect when we hear, to speak the German language, do the German things. And
Yeah.
I think we also need to take time out to
Yeah.
reconnect
with
with our
ourselves
roots.
and also the ancestors part, because when I listen to who Oduduwa is, it's all ancestral and just connecting back to
Exactly.
where we come from.
Exactly.
Wow.
And so we also have people who can tell the story of Oduduwa better than I do because I learned it from my mom, but
Yeah.
I've left home many years back, so some details are missing. I can't just.
Yeah.
So we still have people who still connected with all this information, and it's also an opportunity to have them explain.
Wow. Okay.
You were talking about parables the other day, and an idea, not an idea, it's actually what I actually experienced with my son. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. Um, in our language, when I ask my mom a stupid question, for instance, like I have a cup of water in the hand, and I ask her, where should I put it? And she said, put it on my head. You know what
Put
happened?
it on my head.
I actually told my son, he asked me, he said, put it on my head. He actually,
Put it on. Oh my god. I can imagine. I
so
can imagine.
they carry between the lines.
It's
They only
two worlds.
exactly. So it's our reality. So
Yeah.
somehow we need to bridge this gap.
Yes,
So I
yes,
think
yes.
It's also what the events will do. Like if my son gets the opportunity to meet an elder African and tell him the scenario because that day I really so don't listen to that. So they can probably explain to him that no,
Yes.
you don't do that. It's only parables. It's not meant to
Yeah.
actually be carried out. So
It's actually telling you, please think twice. Whatever you're asking, whatever is coming out, think twice. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and I think such events helps also in such regards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so awesome, eh? I remember that thing, yo. Or sometimes I remember my mom was actually using the word when she would go out, she'd tell us, I've left the house, so that you don't clean. Don't clean anything. In fact, stay the whole day in bed. Don't do anything. Go play with your friends. My friend even if this woman goes out then comes back and get the house is not clean, what kind of wahala she's going to make. Hi. Yeah, that's what that's wahala, yeah. That's what these people were that's what I'm saying. We're just two worlds, and it's true that thing that EOS is bringing to bring back and also to educate them and understand us. Yeah, because also an understanding, to be on that level of understanding each other whenever we say something, or sometimes you just, like the way you said it was a parable, but he took it literally. Like, yeah, put it on, put it on the head. Sometimes we say things and you forget that this child is not going to understand this thing the way you would like him to understand. Yeah.
Well, I was expecting him to understand, but it's
Nah.
around the world. It's been a different world.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and now back to the importance of culture in daily life. Now, let's go to this one focusing on today on EOS. One of EOS' vision is to create the Oduduwa House, which is a cultural hub in Stuttgart. Yeah, and can you share what this center would offer? And why a physical space is so vital for cultural transmission, especially for the younger generation. Yeah, you people, I'm talking on behalf, especially for the younger generation, the space, the community, and youth education.
Exactly. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
I think when the idea started, let's get together.
Yeah.
Of course, wasn't an idea that was all built in one day, but we keep having visions along the line.
Yeah.
So one of the visions was also that why can't we have a hub where we all come together, get to eat our food
Yeah.
daily. It doesn't have to be once in a month when we do our meeting daily. Drink beer,
I would ask you
relax
to please
after
come
work.
close to the microphone. Someone are telling me microphone. Yeah. Okay.
So relax after work.
Yeah.
Like I remember during my days in Lagos, we have after five. After five is a bar where you go in after work.
Yeah.
Work closes at 5. Everybody goes in there.
Yeah.
Order their pepper soup.
Yeah.
Drink their Guinness, Big
Yeah.
Stout, or whatever beer they want. and discuss. And when Arsenal is playing and still till Arsenal football match, and maybe around 9, 10, they go home,
Yeah.
and it's every day the same thing.
Yes.
So some the wives will even call them. Okay, you at your favorite spot, bring amola or whatever when you come.
Whatever they prepare
the
there.
food, exactly. So
Okay.
you buy it and go home. So the wife is even happy because she doesn't have to cook.
Yes,
She doesn't have to
Allah.
bring the food. So that is the idea that we have.
Yeah.
This is a normal Lagos city life where I came from. So the idea, why can't we have the same thing here?
Yeah.
So
True.
of course, the German law, the German policy, the German rich linear, all these things are straining us. So it's for us our target.
Yeah.
It's a goal we want
Yeah.
to achieve. We can't implement it right away, but we are looking for partners that we can do this together, because it shouldn't be just for Nigerians alone. It's for all the
Africans.
Africans.
Okay. And now, when you say about partner, sorry if I cut you short. When you say that you'd like to have a partner or people who join, do you have the kind of qualification or requirements that this group have to have, or people?
I think the qualification isn't the problem. It's more about the financial resources, and also whoever is going to, for instance, be preparing the food. Should we expect them to have the German hygiene, Lebensmittel hygiene qualification? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that is the idea. So it's one part the right person who is willing to do that 5 times a week or 6 times a week, however, and also partners say, okay, we need to get the right building to fix it. We could also have the African music playing in the background. I don't know, have you heard of the African Shrine?
No.
Never.
No.
Never been to Lagos.
What? No.
Oh, okay.
But I said I want a passport now.
Okay.
I
All right.
have to go.
You get it.
Yeah.
Because we have something similar, like, I don't know, but Fela, Fela.
Yeah.
Okay. Fela's son, Femi Kuti, built an African shrine in Africa where even Macron was there. President
Wow.
Macron was there. So a lot
Beautiful.
of celebrities were there. So it's some kind of similarities that we want, Not every time, but Friday, Saturday, I think they play live band, live music.
Okay.
So this is also part of what we want to incorporate.
Okay.
In this, African, so create our own African shrine here
In Stuttgart. Yeah.
center of Germany.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the concept. It's a huge investment. It's a huge planning. That's why it's we're still looking for sponsors.
Yeah.
Wherever we can get partners and draft. Whatever qualification we are professional.
Yeah.
In different fields, we have architects, we have mechanic engineers,
Yeah.
mechanical engineers, we have what have you. So I think that shouldn't be the problem.
That
We
shouldn't
can
be a problem.
engineer the building, we can certify it ourselves, we can get many things done. So we are professional.
Okay, wow, that's great. And now going back to the children, as well, many African parents, as you can hear, just like you said before, many African parents in Germany, they struggle to on how to raise their children who actually feel proud about where they come from, the roots, especially when faced with cultural confusion or pressure to assimilate. What advice would you or do you have for the parents raising African children in diaspora?
Well, I'm a parent myself, and I'll tell you, I still face the challenges every day. So I wouldn't know, honestly, because
It's different.
It's not a professional field, but I think, like you said, we have here this so-called Generation Z,
Yeah.
which are very different entirely. Like,
They are ahead.
some kind of difficult to understand.
I'm
them.
telling you.
And I don't know, the next generation is the Generation Alpha.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know, should we be more scared of what's coming after the Alphas, or should we focus more on the Gen Z?
I think we should be more focused about the Gen Z because these people, I think that the ones, okay, it's good for them. They're going to change their world in their own way. It's going to take a while, but I think for me, that's my thinking right now. I don't know, it's because I have a Gen Z in the house, and it's different.
Anyway, However, it's very important to have them connected to their
Yeah.
roots
Yeah.
because I think part of the problem they have, and what I think is this identity, this acceptance. Like in the German society, they're not totally accepted in the German society, and somehow they're also not totally accepted in African society because it's the same thing with me.
Yeah.
You go out there, well, Auslander. You go to Nigeria, also Auslander because coming from Germany. So,
Yeah.
so, but however, we should let them or have them connected to their roots and
Yeah.
give them a little free will. What I also observe is that they roll amongst the peers. Like my kids would rather prefer to hang out with people that look more like them than
Yeah.
so that's what I say. So I think we should also give them this free will
The free will
to decide.
to choose, okay, to decide whom they want to go around
Exactly.
with and how they want to identify themselves, or what do you mean when you
Well,
say?
how they want to identify themselves, I won't support that because today you can be a man, tomorrow you can be a woman.
Oh yeah, that's another topic.
No,
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
well, it's important they connected to their roots,
Yeah.
know where they're from.
Yeah.
Because the Germans, they live here, also be accepted, move with whoever they want to move with, and yeah. Well, I'm facing the challenges, like I said, so I don't think I'm the best.
Yeah, but you
candidate.
see, you have the ears, and maybe you being the president, there might be something that you guys thought, like you said before, helping them to connect their roots and
Exactly.
stuff like that, and something like that. That's
Also connect with each other.
with each other. Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
So they like we have the Yoruba online course.
Yeah.
We
Ah,
organize, yes,
really?
every Sunday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Where?
It's online.
Okay.
So we teach them Yoruba. So it's also we also creating a platform for them to get to know each other,
Yeah.
understand the language.
Yeah.
We actually want them to take over tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're not gonna live together forever.
No.
So at some point in time, we want them run the show. So I will sit back, relax, and watch.
Yeah.
So that's the
That'll
deal.
be
So that's why
awesome.
we're
Yeah.
taking the effort right now because we organize. They meet themselves online, discuss stuff. They also meet when we have events. They also come to our meetings when we have our meetings. We
Ah,
meet,
okay, great.
every first Saturday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So we bring them along so for them to get to know each other, play with each other, work with each other. So probably when they grow up with each other and are connected, have their own platform, have their own network, and yeah, all the same. So
Okay.
all
That's
have the same common roots.
yeah. So you mean like now for example, years if a child of the age of let me say 16, at least they are more I say they kind of get to be more vaccine adults, yeah. Would you like if they say I would like to have a position in one of the leading position in years, not maybe not the president or the vice president, or not the secretary, not the treasurer, but maybe they would like to have a leading position somewhere. Would you like them to be? And now, what if a Kenyan child or a Ghanaian child would come and say, I would like to be a part of Omo Oduduwa?
Well, our constitution, because we are also being governed by the constitution, which is also we have our orientation based on the German law.
Yeah.
So we are not allowed to discriminate.
Oh yes, okay.
Okay, so everybody can be a member, but of course, every member has to vote to say, okay,
It's okay.
So if he has to vote, so why not?
Why not? Okay, that's a good word. Okay.
Yes. So of course, if any of our kids stands up tomorrow, I would like to take a run. I think we'll be very happy.
Yeah.
Because if you look at our website, it's not so updated. We need this young talent
This
to put
definitely.
it in space. So those are things that we to hope for.
Okay, that's
I can
great.
start doing graphics design at my age.
Or you have to also employ a young generation. So if a younger generation would just come but for themselves, it's going to be different.
Doors
Yeah.
are open.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
welcome. So yeah,
Okay.
we are also looking for this talent. We're also hunting for this talent. That's why we are also giving them the platform to see what we're doing, and we hope someday they will improve it, do it better,
Yeah.
take it to the next level.
Wow, perfect. Now let's go to back to the children who are children from Africa who or children with immigration background. Sometimes they face a lot of discrimination or exclusions in school. What message would you give to the young people facing these challenges, and how can our communities support them emotionally and yeah,
Well, first of all, they are never alone.
yeah,
They are never alone. I think each and every one of us as migrants, one way or the other, suffered the same fate. It's something we can't actually rule out. It's sad,
yeah,
it's unacceptable,
yeah,
but it's the reality.
yeah. It is what it is.
So I think they should rather find strength in this negativity. But, and I think we also have a lot of organizations out there who are also looking into such discrimination. So what I can advise the youth is, well, these are unfortunately, the norms of the society. They should take it as it is, and rather they should see the strength in it rather than get beaten by it. So, like I know, I always tell my kids that as an African man, to be on the same position with a white man, I have to work twice as hard as the man, which is the reality.
It's a reality, is unfortunately, but that's the truth. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no point to cry over spilled beans. So let me just tighten up my belt and work harder. Hopefully someday.
We're going to create a better world.
Hopefully. Well, 10 years back, it wasn't as easy as it is right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So,
You are right. Definitely.
so we can see that every year things are getting better.
They're getting better. Yeah, actually, I think you also notice that it's getting better even with the animations that we watch on TVs. Right now, almost every advertisement that we see, may it be on Facebook, on YouTube, may it be on TVs, at least there's also a mixture of different colors. And I find it very amazing because, like you said before, like 10 years ago, you could meet a child on the way and they would try to rub on your skin to see if the color is going to come off your skin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I've had a child, I stretched out my hand, say hello, and said, no, because the mother now asked him, why not? I said, because I think it's going to dirty my hand. I was like, that's a child.
Yeah, that's a child, but you see, that is also something that have been brought up. You cannot even blame that child. Yeah.
Of course. So it's the norm in the society, which is not a norm, but was meant to be a norm, and it is as it is. We can change it, but it's improving.
It's improving,
So let's hope it
definitely.
keeps improving.
Yeah, at least right now, even when a child goes out, that's what I'm also saying. Before, like I said, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when a child would meet you on the road and they were not exposed to colored people, you'd see the child getting scared and they would scream their lungs out. Yeah. Today, right now, you see even children be like, okay, that's a black person. Okay. But of course, they'll be interested to meet you in person. Apart from just watching on TV, what the black people or the people of colors, yeah, that's awesome. For those who are joining us, this is African Culture Guide with yours, Queen Victoria, joined today by the president of EOS, standing for Egbe Omo Oduduwa Stuttgart, here on Radio RFM. We'll be back.
Only underground radio station.
This is Radio R. This is Overhits. All of African music. This is the African Guide.
Yes, here on Radio RFM, home of African music. Just want to appreciate each and every person who is joining us today. First of all, I just want to start with one of them is Sabine Modile saying, hello, mommy. I guess that's you. I don't know. Hello, mommy. Good afternoon. There's also Omotoya Modile. I think that's what they wanted. Oh, okay. Hi, Sabine.
Omotoya Modile is my mom.
Oh, this is awesome. Yo, you have some strong women around you. Hey. All right. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. So Okay, now I get it. All right. They say hello and they're asking you good afternoon. You can just wave there and just say good afternoon. Yes, exactly. And yeah, I can see you having some conversation over there. Thank you so much for listening and also for coming and supporting your beautiful husband, your great husband. I say beautiful because we're all beautiful. He's handsome, all right? That's the masculine way of saying it. Your handsome husband, and also for your great son out there, Mama. Thank you so much for those who are also joining us on our website, and also on those who are just following us or just going to follow us. You can follow us more on our social media platforms, and that is on Radio R 99.2 FM, on Instagram, Radio R FM, on Facebook, Radio R 99.2 again. FM on YouTube. Make sure to just write the Home of African Music. On TikTok, we are on Radio RFM _ as well as on Twitter, presently known as Twitter, now X. You can follow us also on Radio RFM _ For those who just want to follow us on our website, that is on www.cradior.com, and as well you can go on radionet.de and just get to listen to us more. Now to the president of EOS. To one of the questions that we're going to continue is what role do cultural association like EOS play in bridging the gap between African values and the German system? And can they serve as a middle ground to help with the integration without cultural loss?
Well, I think it can, and we need more awareness in that regard. It's also there to bridge the gap because there is this perspective about Africa. Actually, when I came in here as a student, I had my first job at Mercedes-Benz, and there was this one of my chefs then, as a student jobs, asked me actually. This is an educated woman.
Yeah.
And she came to me and asked me that, do you can actually live on trees in Africa? You like it? I'm talking about Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
I hope they won't sue me for this, though. But this was one of the
God. Okay, I'm kind of getting what? Okay.
So exactly. So I think that's what the culture do. We actually normal human beings. We have a richer culture.
Yeah.
We have the dress, we have the food, we have the dance, we have the vibes, we have the readings. And we just all want to showcase it here. We have the traditional masquerades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it has a lot to offer.
Yes.
And also to change the perspective of the people because integration is not just Einbahnstraße, a one-way thing.
No.
It's both ways.
Yes.
I must be accepted.
Yeah.
And I have to accept.
Yeah.
In this integration. So if the people accept the fact that I go to a gathering, I don't eat pig, or I wear my own clothes,
Yeah.
I speak a different language, or I can speak the German language with an accent, it should all be tolerated. It should all be accepted. And also for the German the Africans to come to say, oh, well, I don't have to mix along with the Africans, I also have to mix with the Germans, to make integration happen. So I think what our events and other social cultural organizations do or try to do is to bridge this gap between stereotype and reality.
Yeah.
To make the integration works faster.
Yeah.
Because it's not a one-way thing. When we hold our meetings, we have Germans come around to observe.
Yeah.
What you guys do, how you guys do. So it's also a way for them to learn. When we go on stage and we talk about our gods, our beliefs, our music, because we also communicate through music and dance, they can also perhaps understand how we think.
Yeah.
So I think if we can bridge this European African gap, which what I believe most associations do, I think we'll have a more better society. And that is the whole essence. And you guys are also doing a great job, bringing the show to the world.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Kenny, they said he has about over 11 million streamers.
Yeah.
That's everybody in there. You have Chinese in there, you have So I think if they all get to listen and also listen to our conversation right now, they could see both sides of the
Yes,
coin.
yes,
I think that's
definitely.
the whole concept of the
That's
whole thing.
definitely wow. Yeah, that's a great one. No, there's something the other day actually was was just working and working with different. Okay, I was just working with different people from a different culture. You know that there was a question, just like they say, there was a question that you ask you in Africa and we live in trees. What is that one question that you've ever had from an African person or from a person who has never been outside the country? Asked the weirdest question about Germany. That thing kind of, I just want to know, has it ever happened that somebody asked a question like,
Except the generation Z, that when you ask them where is Africa, they will be pointing to Atlanta, Georgia as
"Hey, that's
a.
another, yo, these people, yeah. But we're also working on partnership with local institution and other communities, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is collaboration important and what can Africans? I know you mentioned before, but you can also as well go in deep with it by saying by telling us where is collaboration important. What can Africans in the diaspora do to become more visible and influential in their cities and also countries? We have Belgium, we have Luxembourg, we have France, and all that.
Exactly. Collaboration is very, very important
Okay.
because you can actually do without it. For instance, we have the Igbo community. You know, when I mentioned about the Nigerian tribes earlier, I mentioned the three major tribes.
Yeah.
So the Igbo community are organizing an African festival
Ah,
in
yeah.
Esslingen,
Ah, okay.
which is also a suburb of Stuttgart. And they decided this year to go in collaboration with us, which we are already looking into, and
Yeah.
we intend to work together with them. Because
Okay.
I think by doing so, we
Yeah.
can reach out to a larger audience. We
Yeah.
can reach out to a larger people. Because,
Yeah.
um, probably they are very good at organizational stuff, and we are good at something else. So when we put these ideas together, when we put these resources together, we
Yeah.
have a huge resources.
Definitely.
Exactly, and that way we making ourselves stronger, having more audience,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's. I think collaboration is very important. I don't know. Do you know the famous Strabag?
No.
No. Okay, there's Strasbourg, the Shaft.
Yeah, okay. Ah, really? Okay.
Why am I mentioning these companies? Because
You
Strabag.
can go back to your microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Strabag came from Schweiz, Österreich,
Okay.
Österreich, and they bought Sublime.
Okay.
Sublime is also another construction company,
Okay.
which is also very huge in Tiefbau, Hochbau. So actually, both companies now are the strongest in Europe.
Oh,
There's no concurrence, no
wow.
competition. So that is the essence of collaboration.
Yes,
That
yes.
way, you are forming a bigger, mightier unity,
Yeah.
and you almost have no competition. So that is the idea of collaboration.
Of
And we
collaboration.
are out here in case anybody is looking for partnership,
Yeah.
collaboration. We are
You're
open
open.
for such collaboration. There's also an easier way in which we thought we can achieve the Oduduwa House easier.
Yeah.
Because if we are to do the things of ourselves, the registration, the cooking, this,
It
it's
will be a
almost
little bit.
impossible.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
definitely.
if we can have manpower, financial resources with collaboration, I think we can go along. So it is a very essential tool that I think I also recommend for people to try to. Of course, it also should be regulated with contracts.
Yes, yes,
all that.
definitely. Yeah, you can just go to and you
Exactly.
do something. Yeah.
It has to be properly regulated.
Yes, yes.
So,
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, before we close, Mr. Modile, what message do you have for our African brothers and sisters in diaspora who may feel like they are isolated or forgotten or disconnected from their culture? And what's next for the EOS as well, please?
yeah. First, for Africans, regardless of what part of Africa they come from, that is feeling currently in Stuttgart and subsubs isolated, I think they can join us. They can come to us. We're
Wow.
not just for Nigerians alone. We're open for everybody. So, like I said earlier, we have a meeting every first Saturday of the month.
Every first Sunday of the month.
First Saturday
Oh, Saturday.
of the month.
Okay, and
And
where?
that is in Breitscheidstraße in Stuttgart. It's called Begegnungsraum.
Okay.
Stadtmitte here.
Yeah.
So you can also just put Google Begegnungsraum Stuttgart, and you have the address. And when you look at the activities of the Begegnungsraum, our activities also there listed. So you can join us every first Saturday of the month, 5 p.m. So it's this society is quite boring. So we as Africans, I remember while I was growing up. Sorry that I have to dive in a little bit.
It's okay.
While I was growing up, to go to my friend's house or neighbor's, I don't even have to call them on the phone. I just go.
Hello, you're there. Okay, I'm coming. Even there's no asking. Is it okay? Am I disturbing your priest? No, you and your peace. It's okay. I'm going to join you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So wherever is eating, I don't just make sure I wash my hand. I join you, even without being invited. Wow. But here's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Different ball game. You have to call. Are you at home? You have to have time. You have to. And it makes life quite boring.
Yeah.
So instead of you feeling isolated and thinking, well, you don't have to accept your fate. You just need to get out of your four walls. And,
and just go and join them.
Exactly. So there are a lot of also associations.
Yeah.
That are also from Africa who also have such events.
Yeah.
You just have to go online. What event is happening?
Yeah.
Where is it happening?
Yeah.
And go join them. Be a part of it.
Be a part of it.
And
Okay.
if you also are someone that has something to market, sponsor, we're also looking for that. So everybody is welcome. You don't have to be a Nigerian. You don't have to be a Yoruba.
Yeah.
You can be Hausa. You can be Kenyan, Swahili.
Yeah.
All the tribes in Africa. Everybody is welcome.
Yeah.
So, and we are also going out there to have enough awareness as possible so that we can also reach out to such people.
Yeah.
We understand how the environment here is. When it's cold now, everybody's locking their door, wearing jacket, and it's all
kind of depressive.
Exactly. So we don't have to go through that.
Yeah.
That's why EOOS is there. So just come on out. Also, you can also listen to Radio R.
Yes.
And also get the praise.
And also dance to the music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing to bring back life.
Yeah, that's
Stuttgart.
great. That's great. Now you said every Saturday. I just want to emphasize on this because not only do we have Africans who would like to join, or Africans. There are people who actually they call themselves Africans despite them not coming from Africa. I would just want to emphasize on that thing on where you guys meet. You said it's a first Saturday every month, as from 5 p.m. in Breitscheidstraße
2F, yeah.
2F, and that's where you guys meet, and you have your own meetings. There's food. There's also
Food,
drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. For those who are maybe who just want to join to join EOS every first Saturday at 5 p.m. in Breitscheidstraße. For those who, especially in Stuttgart, that's where they meet. Breitscheidstraße 2F.
Exactly.
Yes, that's where you guys you can meet them, or you just want to know more about African. There you can as well go and learn more. And I just before we finish up, I just want you to again face the camera and invite the people on at the coming up event on the 18th, 19th, and the 20th of July.
Okay, hello my people. Can I speak Yoruba?
Go ahead. Please, ahead.
Ẹ káàsán gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ní ilé lóko, ẹ káàbọ̀ sí rédíò FM R99.2 pẹ̀lú Queen Victoria.
That's me.
So a máa ń ṣe ìṣó wa ní on the 18th, 19th, 20th of July. A wà ní Festival de Culture in Stuttgart, Marktplatz ní 18th, 19th, 20th of July. Kẹwàá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, jollof rice wà ń bẹ̀, ẹ̀wà wà ń bẹ̀, dòdò wà ń bẹ̀. So oúnjẹ oríṣiríṣi tẹ́ bá fẹ́ jẹ, a wà ń bẹ̀ ní 18th, 19th, 20th of July. Kẹwàá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Then secondly, à ń ṣe Children Summer Grill Festival wa ní Saturday, September 6, 2005 ní Max Heights. So kẹtọ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa náà bẹ́ẹ̀. What I'm saying again for other non-Yoruba speakers is that we are having our Children's Summer Group Festival on Saturday, the September 6th, uh, 2025. That you can join us at Max I'd for Children's Summer Group. There will be a lot of meat and jollof fries. And also, we'll be on the Festival de Cultura in Stuttgart, which is Friday the 18th, Saturday the 19th, and Sunday the 20th of July. So at Stuttgart Marktplatz. So we'll be expecting you all to join us there. Also, if you want to know more about us, you can actually log on to www.eoo-stuttgart.de, or you send us an email at info@eoo-stuttgart.de. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much. And do you have any social platform? Any of
Yeah,
this?
we on Facebook. I think EOO minus Stuttgart.
Man, Stuttgart, that's Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Facebook. It's also our YouTube.
Yeah.
We're also on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are currently just on those two platforms. But however, if you go on our website, you find the automatic link
The-
to our
the
Facebook
links.
and to our YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. It's www.eoo
Exactly.
Stuttgart.de. All right. For those who just want to go and get more information, just visit their website. Thank you so much, Mr. Modile, for reminding us that culture is not just what we speak, it's also what we live, how we connect, and as well as how we should be empowering to the next person and the next generation. And as well to our listeners out there, remember, we are the bridge between the past, the future. That's what we said before. And as well, whether you're a parent, a student, or someone reconnecting with African roots, you belong in this story. All right. So make sure to just follow EOS. You had you had their website. Also for their next big events, because that is only to in summer. In summer, you also have in Christmas. Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Christmas event. But I'll be coming again on
Yeah,
just
oh,
in
you're
time.
welcome. You're welcome anytime. You're welcome anytime. Make sure still follow them and know about the events, know more about the infos, know about the updates they're coming, know also what they have for you outside for you, and together we're going to keep the spirit alive. Till next time, stay proud, stay grounded, and stay guided. Yours, one and only Queen Victoria.
Oh my God, bro.